Well, hello. We're welcome. We're live on Facebook, live on Insta, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Good evening to you. Getting Instagram here set up. I got a little bit of a challenge tonight, as always, right? You always know there's something going on, but let me get Instagram fired up. Let's see. There it is. So if I plug that in there, and boom, live on Instagram as well. So yeah, a little bit early. Sharon from Denver. Susan's here. Good evening. Let's see. Shannon got you from Denver. Susan from California. Cheryl's here from Virginia. Heather from Ontario. Good evening to you. Tanny over on from Michigan over on YouTube. Good evening to you. Lisa, hi, 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 hi. Good to see you as well. Roxanne from Newfoundland, which means we've officially gone international like that. Instantly international show, just like that. Joan follows up from Ontario with the same thing. Karen's here. Whitney, yeah, this is for Chris. I hope Chris tunes in tonight, just so he can see that. There's a little over there too. See that right there, right there. For you guys, it's on the for Instagram, it's right there. For Facebook, it's right there, and for YouTube, it's right there. So, all right. So, Joan, I got you. Jan, good evening to you. Eva from Tacoma, Washington, good evening. Hello, friends. Margie from St. Pete, good evening to you. Marcia Cleveland's in the house. Good evening to you, Cleveland. Let's see. Trevor's here. Bev says hello, everyone. Michaela, is that how I pronounce it? Michaela, I think that looks right. Right, looks right. Very cool. From Idaho. Brenda from Cincy, not too far at all. Cincinnati's just down the road. Carrie's checking in from Virginia. Good evening to you. Janice is here. Good evening. Northern Kentucky, Alicia's here. Long Island, we got Karen earlier. Diane, good evening. Vicky out of Delaware. Tanny, you moved. You were over here a second ago, and then now you're over here. I can't keep up. Next, you'll be over here on Instagram. Man, you guys pick a place and stay there. Totally kidding. You do what works for you. That's how this whole thing works. Trevo checking in from North Carolina. Good evening to you. Harper checking in from the Bronx. Tonda from Richmond, still singing my Blue Dot song. I like it. Liz from Massachusetts, good evening. Linda's here from Pennsylvania. Keith, good evening to you, sir. Brenda from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Michelle is here. Good evening to you. Let's see. Donna is here as well. Corey from Connecticut. So I'm a little early. I said the show would start at 10. I got ready. So we got 7 minutes before I even really do the show. But I wanted to, because Twitter's going to send out an alert in like 7 minutes saying we're live. So we'll let for a couple other folks join us if they're not following along. So I figure we just kind of hang out. So tonight's show is interesting. My printer, that one right there for Facebook, that one right there, is out of toner. So I promised you guys I would do a show tonight. I got the show already, and then I printed it, and I only got half of the toner. So anyway, so I'm going to try and read it off the computer, which is going to make it way, 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 way more difficult. It's going to add a technical piece to this. So this may or may not work. We're going to find out, but I don't care. We're just going to do it. So that's it. Pam is Colorado Springs is here. Bloomington, Patricia's here. Maria is here. Good evening to you. Kenny says Facebook works the best. Just making sure you're paying attention. You don't make it any more difficult on me. Mark is here. Says can't stick around. He'll watch later. Mark is included in this episode. Mark, thanks for being here. Placerville, California. Gina's here. Good evening to you. Debbie at Granville, Tennessee. Good evening. We got LaDonna said out of Minnesota. Therese at Rochester. Got all that. Let's see. And then Debbie just checks in. So very cool. So let's see. Karen, this is a laser printer. So that piece doesn't work. I've tried that before with this printer. I'm not sure why, but I've tried picking the toner up and shaking it. It has no effect with this printer. When this printer says it's out, it is out 100% of the time. And what's interesting is there's maybe four different color cartridges, and they all when one goes out, it's like Christmas lights. When one goes out, they all go out, but they don't go out in the same day. So one goes out, and then a week later, the other goes out, and then a week later, the other one goes out. And this printer it's just an awesome printer. I love it, but the cartridges are like $105 a piece. So to replace the toner, it cost me like $400 to replace the toner in them. Once every blue moon when it happens. But when it happens, it hurts for like a month because I have to run to the store and I can't print anything. You can't switch it to like black and white mode or nothing. It's just done printing. So tomorrow we'll go get at least one more toner cartridge and see how long we can go till we need the third. So, Alicia, yeah, it's a Canon. I don't know. It's a special toner cartridge. I don't know that. We go to Office Depot, but anyway, it's all good. I don't think they do. I'll look. Seriously, I'll look, but I don't think they do. We've looked before. Karen, Prime Day, I was to Amazon, but I heard Amazon had trouble with Prime Day. I don't know. Very fun. Let's see who else is checking in. Diane is here. Got that earlier. Diane is saying hi to Karen. So what we're going to do tonight is a different, slightly different format. I'm going to try and read off the computer. And I don't have notes. So this is going to be different, potentially. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But that's the game plan, is to get this thing underway. Let me see if I can pull up the show here. What I'm hoping for is that I have, the sound is muted. Let me pull up the show here. I think we're going to be okay. I just... it's just easier for me. I like to, I like to write notes, and I don't have that option tonight. So we'll see. Cool. So Alicia's that. I'll check that out. So it's the Canon cart. Someone wants to Google it. The Canon cartridge is the 131. Is actually the cartridge I buy. Let me see if we can Google it real quick. Let's see. Let's see. The remanufactured ones are $96 a piece. This one says $24. I don't believe. Yeah, that scares me. Canon compatible $70, so you save $30 by going to this place. That's worth it. But they're $90 on Google Express. I wonder if I can have it delivered by drone like right now. That would be nice. Laura, yep, 2 in a row. So busy week coming up, right? So we have, tonight is Monday, Weight Watcher meeting tomorrow night. Wednesday, we'll probably get a show in Wednesday. That's the plan. We'll see. Thursday, Weight Watcher meeting. Friday, off to Denver. Saturday in Denver. Sunday, major event here going on. And then, so that's Sunday we have a major event. And then Monday, major golf event here as well. So if I don't get a show in Wednesday, you won't see me until Wednesday. So that's the plan this week. I just want to give you that heads up for sure. So, all right. Let's go ahead and, I don't know if you guys are ready. I think I'm ready. Let's get this thing. We're done a little early. I was actually kind of waiting for Twitter to send out the tweet. I told you Twitter auto tweets it when we're here. So, yeah, Pamela, Denver on Saturday. I think I said that, right? Denver, Friday and Saturday. Wendy, checking in from Missouri. And Travis, good evening to you. Hopefully Travis is with you, right? That should be the plan. Okay. So anyway, so that's I gotta get the show going here. So all in all is well. This is episode 206. We're gonna get recorded. The computer behind me is ready to go. So I'm just curious to see how it's going to work off of the actual computer instead of the paper. So I'm a little nervous. I can tell you that for sure. So let's see. Come on, Twitter. Send the tweet out. We have 1 more minute, and then Twitter will send out a tweet. So for those of you who are following along on WhysAdvice, any second now, the tweet should go out saying that we're live. I told you it happens automatically. We came in a little early today. There it is, right there, right on time. Cool. I love automation. It makes it so much easier. So if you guys want to know when the next show is, follow the WhysAdvice account on Twitter. That'll be the one that tells you most often when we're live. So cool. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing. Let's not wrap it up, but let's get it going, shall we? I'm ready. I am ready. Oh, now this is going to be interesting. Let's see what options we have here. I think I can read that okay there. Okay. Alicia says, yes, there we are. So, Alicia, the nonprofit application has been submitted, but it hasn't been approved yet. So we're waiting for the IRS to say that it's approved. But yes, so once all that's approved, yes, I'll get new internet. All kinds of cool things open up when you become a nonprofit. I like it. I like it. So here's the magnet for the international tour, right? That's pretty cool. So we're coming up in Denver 721, Pennsylvania 728. Instagram, you guys can see it as well. I don't want anyone to be left out. And then over on YouTube. Bev says just finished her step for today, so very cool. Now, Lori, I don't want monthly. This thing lasts me a good year when they last. You know, when they go, but they last me about a year. So, that the $100 a piece is costing like $500, $400 for the toner, but I usually get a year out of it, generally speaking. So, all right. So Jody checking in from Westport, Mass. Got it. Jackie from New Jersey. Good evening to you. Here we go. Let's get a sound check behind me. You know what that means, right? Sound check's coming up. Let's do this. Mic check, testing, test 1, 2, test. Sound wave looks good. All right, looks good. So the other logistical challenge we'll have tonight is I'm home alone. Janine and Megan are out doing Janine and Megan things. And so somewhere in the middle of the show, they will return home. So if I'm doing this and all of a sudden I go like this, that means they're home and I'll probably wave to them. We'll see. So, all right, let's do this. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Woo! That one was in the back of the fridge because that's cold. Like 2 seconds away from a brain freeze. If I had like just a little bit more water in there, my brain would be frozen. So, all right, let's clear some of this stuff out of here. Get this out of the way. And again, we're gonna attempt this. So I'll give you a heads up. If for some reason doesn't work, I mean it'll work. But if for some reason I don't really like the show, we'll see if we publish it or not. I gotta find the best option here. Dan, good evening. Good to see you, sir. Haven't seen you in forever. Jennifer's here. Diane is saying good night to Lisa. Lisa left? You people. Got it. All right, let's do this. Episode 206 coming up. Okay, I got that working. Yeah, see, so this is interesting. So I don't have the ability. All right, we're going to try this. We'll just see how it goes. You guys don't mind, right? Made it through 9-week plateau, hit a huge milestone, down 100 pounds, 17 months on Weight Watchers program. That's incredible. Very, very. Is it Reichart family? Is that how you pronounce it? But very cool. Congratulations on 100 pounds after a 9-week plateau. That's perseverance right there. Way to go. Amy said one eye on Fat Dag, one eye on the IBM lecture. Whew. All right, here we go. We're going to do this. I know, right? Michelle's saying congrats on the 100 pounds. That's pretty cool. I am your host, Fat Dag. You're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transform myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations. I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 206 of WhysAdvice. Thank you all for being here. If you haven't already, download the app. Go to your app store, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Search for WhysAdvice. Find the app. Get it playing. Get it loaded on your phone. Share it. Have a friend. Grab a friend's phone. Download the app and surprise them with it. Just put it on their phone. Who cares? Make it fun. Thank you all for sharing. That's what makes this community great. I let you guys know last night I added to fatdag.com a link called Web Store, and man, I cannot thank you guys enough. The response was incredibly overwhelming. My email just kept, one after another of orders kept coming in, and the coolest part is I don't have to touch any of them. I'm 100% confident in the quality. I know exactly what you're going to get. And just to see all those come through just completely made me happy. Watching you guys all walk around with WhysAdvice logos on your shirts and your jackets is going to be so cool. Can't wait to see those photos on Instagram. I tell you, the first person to share it on Facebook, Instagram, you're going to get a shout out from me for sure, and maybe something else we'll figure out. But always thank you for being here. Let's open the show with Rebecca's email. Rebecca says, "Hey, dear Mike, my why when I started this weight loss journey 12 years ago was that according to an online test, I was 2 years older than my chronological age of 49. I'm headed into an early grave. I wanted to way outlive my mother who died at age 60. Along the way, I frequently lost focus, regaining and relosing, but I never stopped trying. Now 110 pounds lighter and many healthy habits stronger, I am 6 years younger than my chronological age of 61. I just discovered your podcast a week ago thanks to a fellow Weight Watchers meeting member, and I'm binging on your inspiring episodes. I'm encouraged that I'm on the right path, and with your help and the help of those wing people, I'm excited to be on the final stretch towards achieving goal. If anyone's curious about the test, it's sharecare.com. I'll put a link in the show notes. But thanks to you and everyone who writes in for your honesty, forthrightness, support, and spot-on advice. Best, Rebecca. Rebecca, congratulations on starting in this journey, digging into your why, understanding why you're doing this, and how cool is that your chronological age now is actually, you're younger than your chronological age of 61. I think that's pretty cool. 110-pound weight loss will absolutely do that. That's incredible focus. That is you digging in, saying, I know why I'm doing this. I'm going to stay focused. 12 years ago when you took that test, I'm sure that was the first time your eyes opened and we said, oh my goodness. And you actually, what's cool is you actually at this point took time to understand what it meant and then to completely make a difference in your own life. So I'm incredibly proud of you for that. It's really cool that you just recently discovered the podcast. So now you're 110 pounds down. You're just now tuning into this amazing group of wingmen. You certainly can find them in the Facebook group, whyswingmen.com. Join us over there if you haven't already. It's an amazing support community of folks who just like us, who get it. And so, and I want to thank the folks in your meeting room for sharing this as well, because as they shared that, that's what it just continues to keep this community growing. So I was talking earlier with a friend of mine, and we had a great conversation this afternoon. And we talked about what makes this community unique, what makes a lot of communities unique. And so what I've noticed is this community, the emails I get in, you guys completely pour out your heart. You tell me everything you need to say. I'm telling you, it's therapeutic when you sit down with a pen, paper, or even type it out. And when you send it off, you really do take the time to really dig into your feeling. And so I think so many times when we talk to other people, when we're in a room with other people and we're sharing our story, we don't share it the same way that we do when we are able to write it into the show. And this show provides kind of a little bit of, lets you stay a little bit anonymous still, even though not entirely. but it gives you that safety of a group of people who get it. So that's why people who write in, they write in honestly, they're forthright, and and then we just continue to provide the wise advice that we also need. So for all of you out there who share this, thank you so much. This is the community that you're building. Rebecca, congratulations on your 110-pound weight loss. I'm incredibly proud of you. And you did that. That was you. That was all you who got it done. And you've got to be incredibly proud. So way to go. Earlier on Facebook, when we were live before the show, Mark had joined us. I'm not sure if Mark's still here, but Mark sent in this email, which I thought was really nice as well. I said, hey, so I was not always heavy. I was a little bit heavy as a child until I hit my growth spurt in high school. I couldn't gain weight. It wasn't until I got out of school, started working, and feeding myself when I actually got heavy. I no longer was as busy as I was in high school. The marching band and the rodeo kept me in shape. Well, I then started drinking heavily and eating mostly fast food. A sure recipe for gaining weight. I started my weight loss journey many years ago. I wanted to be smaller and lighter for my wedding. I am getting ready to celebrate 14 years of marriage. I went to a local health store where he set me up with a slew of pills and supplements and powdered drinks. I lasted 3 days before my insides wanted out. I was sick. So I tried the cabbage soup diet. Again, I lasted about 3 days before I was ill. My body needs nutrients, not just one thing. Fast forward a little, and my wife gave birth to our second child. She was interested in losing the baby weight, and so was I. We enrolled in Weight Watchers. We were doing pretty good. Then another child came to us. We had more baby weight to lose. We started Weight Watchers again. I was pretty successful. I had lost just shy of 50 pounds. Well, guess what? I gained it all back and then some. We started and then we stopped, and we did that with Weight Watchers repeatedly. I believe I have started and quit 8 times in 13 years. I was somewhat successful each time. In 2014, I tried it on my own. I downloaded an app and I started counting calories again. Guess what? I had success again. Well, it didn't last. I got busy where tracking anything was too much and too time consuming. I stopped exercising January 1st, 2016. I tipped the scales at 296.6 pounds. I tried carb cycling. I was somewhat successful. Then I was back to Weight Watchers. Why? Because it works. In the past 2 years alone, I have started and quit Weight Watchers 4 times. I use the Connect profile, no more 290, and then the new mark. I always had success at the beginning. Last September, I tried the ketogenic diet. I had great success for the limited time on it. It was hard to follow. Back to Weight Watchers again, quit again. I then started thinking about why I struggle so much with my weight. When I started having success, I self-sabotaged my progress. It doesn't matter what program I was on, I would derail and I would never recover. I'm currently 267.6 pounds. I still have a ways to go. I'm no longer dieting. I'm following the ketogenic way of eating. I'm not doing this just to lose weight. I'm now focused on getting healthy and fit. I want to be here for a long time. I have nothing bad to say about any diet, well, except the cabbage soup one, yuck. It's not about the diet or the plan. It's about you and yourself. It is just like when I quit smoking. I couldn't quit until I was ready. I have been smoke-free for 8 years. Any program will work if you find out a way to make it work for you. Without that, you might as well not do it at all. I wish there were more programs with the support and the accountability as Weight Watchers. That, hands down, is the best part of the program. I found a good group of people with the same mindset about my current woe, and it helps. But this goes to show you there is more than one way to be successful. Find what works for you and rock it. Mark, congratulations on what I feel is like you are a completely different person this go around. And I think your journey resonates with so many of us as we we really know why we're doing this, and we're willing to try every single tool out there to get it done. And so, first off, let's go back to the obvious. You quit smoking 8 years ago, so you've now proven that you have the ability, the mindset, the focus, the discipline to set a goal and attack it and get it done. That you've proven. You've proven by time and time again, following the Weight Watcher plan or following whatever plan you followed, that you can have success here as well. So now we have to go back to what is the common denominator. So I say this all the time to anybody who wants to listen. I say every single plan out there works. It doesn't matter what plan it is. If you find a plan, you can easily find people who follow the plan, who give credit to that plan and say, this is the only reason, this is the first time I've ever been able to be successful. Every single plan out there has successful people in it. So if you understand that, if you just say, if every single plan works for somebody, what's the common denominator? The common denominator is us as individuals and our ability to follow that plan and mix that in with our lifestyle. So if you're following a plan that doesn't at all agree with your lifestyle, it's going to be very difficult to stick with it. And if you're following a plan that blends perfectly into your lifestyle, well, then it certainly becomes easier at that point to follow it. So every single time that you've started and stopped, trust me, I get exactly where you're at in this journey. Every time that you've started and stopped, you had a brief bit of motivation, you had focus, you had determination, and then all of a sudden your life took over and you said, this becomes too difficult because what I got going on in life is way more difficult, so I need to put this on pause and or stop. So we need to find a way for this to fit into your lifestyle. And when this fits into your lifestyle, that's when you're going to be able to find a true change and get it done. Certainly, I thought it was funny as you mentioned you gaining the baby weight. I think, it's a real term for some of us guys too. It's the whole house changes when you add a child to the house. And so, cooking habits are different and exercise sometimes is different. So yes, there is some sympathy weight gain from some of the guys out there as well when that happens. So it's good that as a team, the two of you attacked it. You went into the Weight Watcher room. You decided that you're going to get it done. And so I think that you are always going to have that support system in your house, which I think is truly amazing as you roll through this process. So keep up the great work. You said it in your email a couple of times that you were pretty successful. And so, being able to lose 50 pounds does not happen by accident. That's all you understanding that you want to get it done. That's all you saying you can do it. And so what you got to do, as I mentioned earlier, is you just got to find the thing that you can do that fits into your life. If this keto diet is it, then continue to do it. If this is what gives you the freedom to understand that this is for life and that you're really just trying to change your habits, you're trying to change your lifestyle. Think about all the way back to the very beginning of your email. You said you weren't overweight as a kid. And then when you learned how to feed yourself, you had a lifestyle change at that point. So growing up, you had a one lifestyle. You went to school, you adopted a new lifestyle. That's the lifestyle that put your weight. Now what we're trying to do is get back to a lifestyle that continues to contribute to a healthy, fit you. I 100% agree with you. The best part of this program, the best part of any program, is this community, the Wise Wingman Facebook group for one, those of us on Connect who are in a tribe there, being able to reach out to somebody who understands you, being able to reach out to somebody who says, hey, Mark, I was there. I get it. I know exactly what you're going through. Having that team of people who understand you is truly one of the most powerful things that we can do, because we, at some point, we don't feel like we're alone anymore on this journey. And then, when we say things like, I'm having a trouble with this, it doesn't take long for a handful of people to come along and say, yeah, me too. I understand that as well. And that simply breaks down the barriers where we can be open, share our journeys, and be out there and get it done. So, Mark, thanks for pointing out the obvious that every single plan out there works. I'm telling you, every single plan works. Find the one that you're able to follow for the rest of your life. That's what you're after. I believe Weight Watchers does a great job of that. That's my tout always. is that this plan fits into my life better than any other of plans that I've ever tried. So thank you for that, Mark. Congratulations, and truly wish you the best of focus. And a quick little shout out. I saw earlier, Mark, today I got an email from Patreon. I saw that you signed up to be a wingman on an airman on the Patreon site. So thank you for providing the financial support to the show. It means a lot. It truly does. So thank you for that. Out of Sunnyvale, California, Stephanie writes in and says, "Hi, Fat Dag. Hey, I hope you're well. Hey, I wanted to check in with you. My weight loss journey is continuing to move forward, in part thanks to my daily dose of wise advice. I'm making really good progress, 16.2 pounds down, and about 50 more to go. I wrote to you early on when I first started and I wanted to quit, and then again about the busybody do-gooder that I wanted to throat punch. Well, I'm not writing for anything in particular, other than some big aha moments that I had this weekend. My mother suffers from diabetes and a heart condition. She's tried so many times to lose weight in order to get off the numerous medications that she's on. She has about 8 stents put in her heart, and she still deals with high blood pressure. She doesn't eat much, but occasionally falls off the wagon with sugar and carbs. I've tried so hard to get her to rejoin Weight Watchers. She's a past lifetime member, but regained the weight many years back. She's not super computer savvy and struggles to use the apps on her phone. She wants to lose weight and become healthier, but she refuses to listen to me when I tell her it's really a mind shift and that a change of lifestyle, not so much a diet, is what's needed. I love her more than life, but this weekend I realized that for most of my life, I've tried in vain to follow in her footsteps. Not always was that the right path for me. As a mother myself, I know I could not have asked for a better one. She loves me so unconditionally. I have some very big shoes to fill, except in this area. I admire her tremendously, but I'm now seeing how she's made life so much harder for herself. I refuse to let myself down this same path physically. I know some conditions are hereditary, and I won't have much to say in the matter, but I know for a fact that I've been dealing with a lifelong dysfunctional relationship with food. There are times that I have to catch myself and change my focus. But I've wanted off of this roller coaster for a very, very long time. It's the same one that I can't get her off of, yet she doesn't even know that she's on it. She thinks of this journey as one of deprivation, although it's not. Well, you know this, I know this, and thousands of other members know this. It's a mindset, and it's a shift in thinking. I wish I could help her, but I know that she has a tendency to self-sabotage. My whys have changed dramatically, and I've become so much deeper and emotional. I never expected a simple concept, such as weight loss, to change my thinking about myself and those around me. Consistency is the key, and so is ironclad focus and determination. I work out often, sometimes twice a day for my own sanity, but I also try to keep my workouts manageable in the event that I need to continue to lose weight and not be able to move my body so much. I see very clearly now that the how and the why have always been there. What's changed is what I'm doing in the now to get beyond my own mental blocks to reap the benefits of all of my hard work. I wish you the best, and I urge you to love those around you to the best of your ability. God only knows what is planned for us on our short time on this earth. And P.S., please keep us posted on your visit to San Francisco. Plan on doing the 5K with the rest of the wingmen in the area. So very, very cool, Stephanie. Thank you for this email. And what a cool realization as you've now come down this path. And, you know, we start the obvious. The hashtag I like often is be the prize. And we know this more than anybody. You know, this has to be your decision. That you cannot tell someone, you can tell them, you can't do it often. You cannot have someone join this journey with you and be successful if they are not truly ready. What you can do to get them ready is you can take care of you. You can hop on the success train. You can get to the point where you understand every little piece of what you're doing. You knock out the focus, the determination. You sit there and you have amazing success. You maintain that success, and you continue to show people what this amazing life is capable of. And then suddenly jealousy steps in, and they want a piece of that too. And so that's how you convince someone else to walk this journey with you, is by you saying, you know what, I have an amazing life now. And as they see all the cool things you're doing, it's at that point they say, you know what, I want that too. And more so because they know you as well as they do, they go, well, if Stephanie can do it, well, then I can do it. That's what this whole thing is about. So you're really in this for you, but you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. I hate to put it on you, but you have the weight of the world, and your entire peer network, your entire social circle is watching you. And so as they're watching you, they're really watching to see if they can do it as well. And what they want to see is they want to see you succeed. They may offer some things along the way to challenge you because they know those challenges are out there. They want to see how you handle them. And when you knock these challenges out of the park and you get it done, it happens all the time. I can't tell you how many people have said to me, so-and-so, I got my so-and-so to join, my brother joined, my mother joined, my father joined. Every meeting I come to, someone brings a friend, and usually the person who brings a friend is the person who brings them is down significantly and doing an amazing job. And the friend goes, yeah, I want to have that too. So here we are, your mother is suffering from diabetes with a heart condition. Certainly I'm not a medical doctor, but I've seen so many times that people are able to reverse the effects of aging by simply taking care of the weight that's on their body. They do that by eating better. They do that by eating better. And those two things, the body starts treating you better and it starts healing itself from the inside. So many times I've seen this, and let's just say, hey, let's say you lose, all the weight and you're still on medication. Well, that's okay. You've lost all the weight. Your body still is significantly healthier than it's ever been. So let's just focus on that rather than, she's not past lifetime. She's still currently lifetime. Lifetime is lifetime. Once you hit it, you get it. So she's just a lifetime member getting back to goal. And I want you to do is just show her your progress along the way. Continue to do everything that you are doing for that great success. It's incredible the shout out that you've given to your amazing mom, saying that being a mom yourself, you know that you could not have asked for a better one. What a true compliment that is. And so as you follow in her footsteps, it's now time for you to find your own path, to take the knowledge that she's given you, to take all that amazing stuff. The biggest cheerleader, she wants you to succeed. She's pushing you forward. Go do this for you. You absolutely can do this. And getting out of your own way is the first step. Knowing that success is there, you can do this. Think about yourself. Think about those around you. Think about what success looks like. Consistency is the key. Being focused, dialed in, determined, understanding what it is you're trying to do is possible. Finding a way to remind yourself, whether it's through this podcast, whether it's through Connect, whether it's through a text group, whatever you have to do to stay focused in on why you're doing this is truly the way you're going to win. Now, when it comes to the international tour out in San Francisco, it looks like November 10th is that date. I'll release a couple details more about that later, but you can sign up on fatdag.com to get the email for all of the tour dates. So thank Stephanie for that. Next up, Amy writes in and she says, hey, Mike, I won't be able to watch your podcast live tonight, but I want to let you know that today is my special day on my Weight Watcher journey. I reached my goal weight for the last time, June 29th, 2012. This year was so much more challenging. Some of my go-to foods that have satisfied me in the past no longer do so. I've been experimenting with new foods, thanks to Steve Sprengel on Connect and the Wise Wingman Facebook group. I've had success at times, and then others, and I don't look for something else to eat, which makes me bloat. I've had success at times, and then others I don't, and I look for something else to eat, which makes me blow through my dailies and quickly dig into my weeklies. I even dip into my fit points as a buffer. Shame on me, I know. Well, that's not always the best reason why I earn those fit points, but it works for me now until I figure something else out. Hey, what are your thoughts on my experimenting and approach to this unexpected change? Thank you, as always, for all that you do for us. You become an important part of my journey. My 3 favorite things you've taught me are setting attendance goals, knowing I have the most control of a food before the first bite, and WhysAdvice. You're the best. I believe in you, Amy. Amy, cool email. 2012, June 29th is the last time you hit goal. Keep doing amazing work. 6 years in the making. That's incredible. And so being able to maintain that for 6 years, that is all you getting it done. I want you to think about this for just a second. Is for 6 years. That's 6 Christmases. That's 6 Thanksgivings. That's hundreds of birthdays. That's weddings. That's a lot of things that you have successfully navigated and maintained exactly where you want to be. Now here you are in an experimental phase trying to figure out what to do next. I think we can confidently say that whatever you're going to do, you probably have done at some point in the previous 6 years. So I don't want you to stress about this. Even in your own email, when you said you're eating and dipping into your fit points as a buffer, and in parentheses, you put shame on me, I know. No, not shame on you at all. Incredible focus where you're still tracking them, you're still earning them, you're absolutely getting it done. I have my own opinions on fit points, but mostly they're the opinions that I formed for me and my journey. And so what I want you to do is absolutely within the framework, figure out what works for you, what's going to continue to work for you, so that 6 years from now, when you write into the show again, we can sit here and go, yes, 12 years at goal, you're doing something right. Don't question it. Don't sit there and say, I'm struggling, or I'm making, I'm trying to figure this thing out. You clearly have gotten it figured out. So you can do this. So now when it comes to you experimenting and approaching the unexpected changes, I want you to do that. I want you to be successful. And so what I want you to do is I want you to find what works for you. I would much rather have you experiment. I would much rather have you kind of play around with the system, figure out what works for you, knowing that you have been incredibly successful on the program. You always have that as a fallback. You can always go back to doing what you know works, but why not experiment a little at 6-year mark and figure out what works with some guidelines in place where you say, okay, well, at this point in the game, if it's not working, we'll switch it up again. You certainly have to continue making those adjustments because, think about this program all the way back from the very beginning, the liver days, which luckily I was never a part of. But you think about that, if the program was a stagnant program from day one, it wouldn't work. You now need, Weight Watchers had developed this program that millions of people are finding success on, which is incredible. But even with the millions of people who are finding success, there are millions of people who don't. And the reason I say it like that is because everybody has to find what works for you. The program clearly does work. Does it fit into your lifestyle? That's where you have to make the adjustments. That's where you have to figure out if that is the case or not. Now, the three favorite things are my 3 favorite things as well. Setting attendance goals, I think that is absolutely a great strategy. It's my number 1 is just do something every day. You don't have to, it doesn't do you any good to do a Navy SEAL kickboxing cardio workout if you can't repeat it. If you go to the gym once a quarter and that's all you're able to do because you're so sore you can't get off the couch for the next 4 days, you're not getting anything out of it. So do something every single day that you can do every single day. Slowly then increase that attendance goal into a performance goal and have some sort of combination of both. Second thing, knowing that you have the most control over a food before the first bite is so true. And so as I look at a food, I have the most willpower. You can bring a food right here and I can say no to it all day long. When I take that first bite, I know this about me. That first bite almost always leads to 4 more or 5 or 6 or many. But so I know that about myself. So I make a conscious decision before that first bite. I know I won't be able to stop in the middle. If I'm okay with that, I move on and I press on. And then, of course, WhysAdvice is when you're out of points. Stop eating points. WhysAdvice, we call it as an acronym. And that really is the education that taught me what I was doing. It taught me portion control. It taught me to understand that, just because there's food left on the plate doesn't mean that you need it in the day. So you have to, accurate tracking, honest tracking, get you to that point in the journey where you can have that success. So, Amy, you end it with, I believe in you and you're the best. I beg to differ. I think this community is the best. I think everyone that joins on Instagram and those who join on Facebook Live, those who join on YouTube, those who listen to the podcast, those who write in, those who are following along, those who want to do this, those who want to be a part of our journey, that is who is the best. You're the best. Every single one of you are the best. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey, and thanks for celebrating so many amazing things out in this community. Every single day, it's the emails I get, I tell you, people completely changing their lives, completely reversing the aging process by taking care of themselves, people just starting out, finding an amazing community, people sharing. All of those things are worth celebrating, and I want you to write in. Let's share it on the air. Go to fatdag.com, click on the Wise Advice podcast link, send in your celebrations, send in any comments you have, any questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. I want you to email in those celebrations. I've said this a million times. I want you to be proud of what you're doing. If you are proud of yourself, you're building that internal support network that's always going to be with you. I said it on Twitter the other day. You're going to be with you for the rest of your life. You might as well build in some internal support to keep yourself around. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goals and go after it. I wish you good focus. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Let's get this out of the way. So that wasn't too bad trying to read off the computer, but man, it was tough. Best birthday ever. Thank you guys. Whose birthday is it? Nora's birthday, is it today? That's pretty cool. Happy birthday, Nora. Confirm it's your birthday and we'll all sing for you. Yeah, so let's go. So it's Nora's birthday. So on count of three, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nora. Happy birthday to you. Cool. Happy 21st birthday. I think that's what it is. I think that's what I read. A healthy weight over on Instagram says, I have great willpower, but no self-control. And I think we all agree with that. This is doable, and so willpower and self-control, I'll have to look up the difference and see what they are, but I'm incredibly strong before that first bite. I wake up every single morning. I truly do still. I wake up every single morning on fire, wanting to attack the day. And I'm like, no, there's nothing that can get in my way. And then somewhere in the middle of the day, on occasion I'll get distracted, but it's the days I can keep that focus all day long are my most favorite days. So keep that up. So cool. Let's see what else is going on. So yeah, episode 206 is in the books. We got it done. Man, it was a little bit challenging reading off the computer. I didn't exactly like it. I like having it on paper because I like to be able to make notes off on the side and I catch different things as I'm reading it. But I think 206 is going to be a successful show nonetheless. I think we're okay there. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Shannon says, happy 21st birthday, Nora. I think I saw, as it went by, it was 55? Is that what I saw? Yep, 55. So very, very fun. Heather said I did a great job reading it off the computer. Yeah, I think so too, but it's just harder because I have to scroll around and I don't know though, maybe if I do it better, if I get a little more organized, I can do them off of the computer instead. We'll have to see. It's a thought. It would save me $400 in toner, right? Very, very fun. Shannon's going to be 56 soon, but not today. You come back on your 56th birthday and we will sing happy birthday to you, but not a day early. So, right? Could do that. Very fun. Let's see what else is going on. That's all I have. Unless you have something specific, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I'll stick around for a little bit if you want, but let's see, what time is it? Yeah, it's only 10:40, so we're still a little early. Helen says coming in late to the show. We'll work out to episode 206 tomorrow. So Helen, yes, you can do that. I'll publish it tonight. It'll be in the app first thing in the morning. Lori said I missed several meetings lately. Getting back tomorrow with a new mindset. I will lose this last 15 pounds. Yes, you will. A healthy weight. Your birthday was yesterday. You have to be here on your birthday. That's kind of the rule. I mean, I can check the rule book. Let me check the rule book just to be sure. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it says right here it has to be your birthday or else we don't sing. So sorry, but if it is your birthday, we would have. I promise you. We just need to know. So let's see. Anyway, Lori, several meetings. Get back tomorrow. You can do this. It's 15 pounds. It's a mountain. It's not an easy 15 pounds, but it's the same way you lost the first 5. You know you can do this. Jan says, I must be the oldest person in the group. You'll be 68 years old and the date of the Indy Ultimate. You're going to have to remind me of that. We will sing there as well. I promise you that. 68 is young. Plenty of time left. We're going to have a blast at the Indy Ultimate. I promise you that as well. Dina says, guess who turns 50 on Saturday? I'm not sure, Dina. Let's see, Saturday. I don't know anyone who turns 50 on Saturday, so I'm out of guesses. Alicia says, any more news on the Dave Ramsey thing? So no, that'll be a story that'll unfold over, who knows, over the next 12 months or so. It's going to be a longer process. Had a great call, for those of you just catching up, had a great call with the Dave Ramsey team, just talking about their strategy going forward, and who knows if I'm included in that strategy or not. It's something that I will continue to work towards. I understand their vision. I understand their goals. I understand how I could fit into all that, which is very, very, very cool. But that's a big operation. So just the mere fact of being able to have that conversation was just completely mind blown, incredible. And so we'll see what if anything comes of it. So not going to push it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm going to continue working in my lane, doing the things that I'm comfortable with and that I know, and we'll just see where it plays out. So, Dina, is it your birthday this Saturday? Took me a while to guess that one. So very, very fun. Maria said she misses Lee. Lee should be back. He's having dinner with his parents. They were last couple nights in town. So very fun. Becky is here just in time for the end. Yep, that happens. That's fun. Karen says she's 67 and a half. Yay, us. Let's see. Lynn says, I've been tracking calories in MyFitnessPal on top of points lately due to a bounce around between +1, -1. It's so frustrating. So, I'm not a big fan of, let's go back. You do whatever works for you, the number one. But I'm not a big fan of trying to track double places because I think you then get confused and you're following 2 different programs. So I really want you to pick one thing, work that into your life and figure out what it is, and then maybe switch to another. But again, who am I, right? It's your journey. Whatever works for you. I think bouncing around between +1 and -1 is actually incredibly successful. Keep doing that. That's a great goal. It's a great range. You're doing well in reality. Maybe you want to lose more, and so that's a different mindset. But if you're able to bounce in there, it means you have the focus and discipline to keep that number still. Now just shift it a little bit and work it down. So, Tammy just joined. Good to see you over on Instagram. Good evening to you. Angela says, started Simply Filling today. You got any tips for me? I don't. I never tried Simply Filling. Much of the list of Simply Filling foods are just not things that I enjoy. So I was never able to be successful on the Simply Filling plan. But I think probably the biggest tip I would give you, and others can chime in, what I would encourage you to do is go to the Wise Wingman Facebook group at wisewingman.com if you're not already. Ask that question in there and see what you get for support. That's number one. But the thing I would think about is I saw this on Connect today, all foods have a serving size. So just because it's 0 points doesn't mean you can have 20 servings of that. So 0 points have a serving, maybe a second serving, but the reality is 1 serving of each should probably be plenty. So as you start simply filling, keep an eye on serving sizes. And if the serving size is, 4 ounces, then have 4 ounces as a serving. The concept of simply filling is you don't have to weigh and measure exactly 4 ounces. You can get 4.5, 5, 6 ounces, and it's going to have no real difference. So. Pamela says she missed episode 205. You'll listen to it when you walk tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Very cool. You can do 205 and 206. Nora says my friend Cheryl is listening for the first time. I don't see Cheryl, but there we go. If you're new, shout it out. Very fun. Melody says meetings are crucial for you. Love mine so much. I 100% agree. The meeting it's the best part of this because it's a group of people who understand. I've said this a couple times. You guys know my wife is incredible. She's the most amazing woman on the planet. I'm very, 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 very fortunate. She helps me more than I can ever even describe, but she has no concept of what it's like to want to lose weight, not in excess, and so it's difficult, really. So for her to be an amazing support for me, she can support in so many ways, it's incredible support, but there is a piece missing to that support that I can only get from the meeting room, and that's sitting in a room full of people who understand every single bit of this journey. So I believe the meetings are incredible for that as well. Dina said Dina's going to be on vacation at Hilton Head for your birthday. That's a fun one. Jacob's turning 40 on Christmas. I remember that. Happy birthday on Christmas. We'll sing on Christmas Day. Maybe we'll do a Christmas Day show just for Jacob. Very fun. Yeah, Melody says paying attention to serving size really helps. I agree. Carrie, your new first episode. Thank you for being here. We got the bell ringing. We'll ring it again just for fun. Because how fun is that? So very, very, very cool. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, Carrie, get the app out of the App Store if you haven't already. Go to your App Store, look for Wise Advice with Fat Dag in the App Store. Get that app. It's absolutely free. You can catch up on all the episodes for sure. Lynn's out of here. 12-hour shift tomorrow. Getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I got it. Very fun. Helen says, would love to go to meetings, but the closest one is 82 miles away. So that's why we're here. Hop into the Wise Wingman Facebook group. Continue to join in here on Facebook Live, YouTube. That's going to be a much better support for you than driving 82 miles once a week. I understand that completely. So that's part of why this community exists as well. So cool. All right, on that note, let me get this thing published. We want to get this thing done. So real quick, Dina says, I chimed in late, saw a comment about the Indy Ultimate being 5 miles and not 7. I've read that as well. Looks like they changed it this year. They knocked a couple miles off it, so it'll be fun. It's a great event. It doesn't matter your fitness ability. I've seen people from all fitness abilities do it. If you can walk 12,000 steps at Disney World, you can do the Indy Ultimate. I promise you that, and we'll see you there. So very, very, very fun. So with that, like I said, the good chance we'll get a show in Wednesday. That's the plan. Don't hold me to it. Follow Wise Advice on Twitter. That'll give you the truest sense of when we're going to do that. We'll do a show Wednesday is the plan. If not, it will be the following Wednesday before we do a show. I promise you that, only because we'll, like I said, heading off to Denver this week for the 5K and then for a conference and then back-to-back golf tournaments, and then boom, just a busy day. So thank you all for being here. Instagram will say good night to you first. Thank you for being here. I wish you good focus. So there's Instagram. We say goodbye to them. YouTube is always second. We say goodbye to the folks on YouTube. Thank you truly for being here. It's just fun. It's just cool to just kind of hang out and just relate with people who get it. So thank you so much for that. So same as I did with Instagram, I wish you good focus. Good night.